it's Holly here for PlayStation Access. We're talking about Injustice 2. Now, we haven't seen each other. When was the last time we saw each other?
The last time we saw each other
MKX?
was probably the MKX launch party.
Yes.
Where they had the ice sculpture and
where
all.
you could drink vodka from Sub-Zero. Well,
that was awesome.
There isn't an ice sculpture here, not this time.
But it's pretty icy cold outside.
But it's freezing in Chicago. However, this is still a YouTube video.
Great.
And we know that the best YouTube videos are list features.
Oh, I wasn't aware, but now I am. This just in. Let's do it.
So we're gonna make a feature.
Okay.
This is gonna be called, right, 7 things you need to know about the gear system.
Got it. Let's
Okay?
do it.
And you're gonna give us all the information.
I'm gonna give you all the information I can give you, so let's do it.
He's gonna give us all the information.
You have some wisdom to share?
Point number 1.
All right.
Loadout.
Yes.
So this is ridiculous.
So you have loadouts. Every
Yeah.
single character has, starting with 3 different loadouts.
Yeah.
You'll unlock additional loadouts as you play the game.
Right.
And those loadouts are 5 different gear pieces,
Yep.
2 ability pieces,
Right.
and a shader.
We like that. I like
The
shader.
shaders are awesome.
And I mean, there's ridiculous amounts as well. Like, it's really crazy.
Right, like you can change Superman to be in a full black suit or white suit. You can change all the highlights on Batman. It's super awesome.
So the loadouts then, are we able to send recommendations to people, or are we able to swap?
Ooh.
Like if you make what you think is the ultimate Batman loadout for somebody who plays aggressive but from a distance.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but let's go ahead and talk about it, right?
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
after you and I fight, right?
Yeah.
I can go to my hero card and I can look at exactly everything you were wearing. I can look at the
Ooh.
stats of your gear. I can see what the names and everything were in case I'm like, hey, I want this gear.
I wanna
This
do
looked
this.
awesome, and the attributes were amazing.
I see the
Yeah.
information. I
You're
didn't know
good,
that.
yeah.
Okay, point number 2.
Number 2.
Visual change.
Mm-hmm.
Now we talked a little bit about this, but the gear set, it's not just a stat thing. It's a completely physical change from head to toe.
Right, so you're molding your characters to look the way that you want them to look,
Yeah.
right? Each one of the characters has I think 1,000 different pieces, which is ridiculous.
Each character has
Each character,
1,000.
yes.
Okay, that's
And so you're
ridiculous.
gonna be built, you're not gonna see the same Batman when you go online and fight another
That's what we
Batman,
want.
things like that. But then of course, like we were saying with the shaders, right?
Yeah.
You'll get a different shader, so you could change Supergirl into Power Girl, and it'll still have those stats and everything like that on it, and it's actually completely changing the character's look. And there may be a bunch of those. I don't know. I do know, and there is a bunch of those. Dang it, I'm not good at this.
So will there be, is it all original stuff? Or maybe if you read the really vintage Batman stuff, will you be slipping in some of those really cool pieces?
We've already shown that there's the Red Sun Superman logo, so I'm sure you'll notice there's some nods to some other previous generations of these characters.
Amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, will there be themed events? I mean, I don't want to bring in other games, but we have seen Overwatch do
Absolutely.
this. And people go crazy and they play loads to try and make sure they get all the Valentine's skins or the Halloween ones. And you kind of did it with MKX as well.
Right, that's an ongoing thing with games in general. They want to make these holiday events, these limited time things to get people in and playing. And like you said, we did do that with Mortal Kombat X, and of course we're going to bring that into Injustice 2. The Injustice 2 single player is going to be pretty amazing. So you can definitely look forward to special events, things that are geared towards maybe what's going on in other DC things as well.
Crossovers.
What?
Right, point number 3.
Okay.
Item stats. So again, we know it's not just visual. We've touched on it a little bit, but what are the stats? What are we changing here?
So you're changing your ability power,
Yeah.
so when you're doing special moves,
Yeah.
how much damage that does. You're doing your strength, which is your normal attacks, your
Yeah.
defense, how much damage you can take, and your health. Pretty basic stats
Yeah.
for the most part. Any pretty much things you can wrap your head around, very simple to understand,
Yeah.
and each one of the pieces of gear will have different stats attached to it. So you may want to boost up your defense, you may want to boost up your abilities. If you're a heavy zoner, you're going to want to put in a lot of attributes on your abilities. So play the way you want to play.
Now, do you get an additional if you have a whole matching sets? If you've finally got the whole thing head to toe?
There are sets.
Yeah.
There may be set bonuses. I don't know. I do
He
know.
does
I
know. He
feel like
does
I'm
know.
lying to everybody.
Don't lie to the good people.
I don't know
They
them.
like you.
Okay, but yes, there will be sets. So you will definitely get different bonuses. And then also there's things called X stats, which we showed up inside of the beta.
Yeah.
So if you have a specific pair of boots on with Batman,
Yeah.
and you do his grapple, you can actually trigger level transitions versus having to do an away 3 to
Really
do
cool about this.
level transitions. There's tons of these X stats. for each one of the characters. Things that may be like anti-Kryptonians, so you just wait. There's so much stuff coming in this game.
And what about if I get an item that I've been like absolutely desperate for, but I'm just not happy with the stats? Maybe it's slightly more towards health, and I was hoping it would be a defensive piece like the person had online. Can I re-roll?
You can re-roll.
Yes.
Of course you can re-roll
Yes.
gear. So if there's gear that you're like, man, I love the way this looks, but the stats aren't exactly what I want.
I can't use it.
Right. You can re-roll gear. Absolutely.
Amazing. Right, number 4.
Okay, now we're on to 4. I gotcha.
Abilities.
Abilities.
So we can also get new abilities via this gear system.
Yes, absolutely. Every character has a handful of new abilities. I can't say an exact number because they vary.
We don't need exact numbers.
I'm not going to give you exact
Don't
numbers
worry.
because then I'm held to those numbers and I don't want that.
I need
But
this.
in the beta we showed off like Batman. Batman I think
Yep.
had about 7 different abilities. He had dual batarangs he could throw. He could throw a straight batarang, a downward batarang, a batarang with electric properties. So it actually a taserang, as we called it. He had different parries. You could augment his normal parry and put a meter burn onto it. So there's tons of different things that you can equip to your character abilities to change the way they play and play the way you want to play.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Now, point number 5
Okay.
is multiplayer. Now, all of this sounds great.
Yes.
But imagine, okay, you've been busy, you've picked the game up a few weeks after your friends, they've already unlocked a whole load of great loot, they've leveled up.
Right.
You're gonna get your ass kicked. What are you guys doing to try and make it fair?
Okay, so in matchmaking, normal player matchmaking, you can use all of your ability attributes, right? Everything is there. We're gonna try and put you together with people of the same level as you. So you have your player leveling and you have your character leveling. So we're gonna try and match players of the same player level because inherently they're not gonna have anything really too boosted up.
Yeah.
But for ranked matches, attributes are out the door. So it's all base stats. It's just cosmetics. So you look the way
Oh,
that
so you can still keep
you
whatever
still
you worked
look
on?
as cool as
Okay,
you do.
that's good.
Same shaders, gear, everything. But your stats are base. So it's completely flatlined. It's all starting, but it makes it that even matchup that you're looking for.
Okay, number 6. How do we actually get them? Like, how do we actually get all of these items? They just drops?
Oh, there's tons of ways to get these items. So you're constantly getting drops. So you're getting new pieces of gear after matches.
Yep.
Completing certain things in the game will give
Okay.
you gear. No, I'm not going to go ahead.
Like,
and
I mean,
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
You do know. You do know.
I do know, but I can't tell you.
Okay,
Stop
that
it,
is
stop it.
different. That is different.
Don't ruin our relationship. Anyway, you can open chests too, like loot
Okay.
chests.
Yeah.
And there's different grades of loot chests. So you have common, you have silver.
Okay.
You have different things that you can open that will have
Right.
different gear and stuff like that inside of it. So you're constantly working to get more stuff, and we're constantly rewarding you with stuff.
So what happens if you get duplicates? Because I guess eventually, you will get 1 or 2 of the same thing. Right?
Well, you can sell it. You can sell it and get some coins. Yeah.
And you can then use that to buy.
To buy chests or whatnot. Absolutely.
So how do you earn coins then?
You earn coins through just normal matches.
Okay, so just
so
playing.
doing combos is similar to the formula that we've done in other games. So doing combos, doing super moves, doing
Right.
things like that.
But
You're
what are you
earning
getting
currency.
into the game, really?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's tons of ways to get currency. Don't worry about that.
So we've mentioned currency.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is point number 7.
Oh.
Microtransactions. Can you actually buy things with real money?
You cannot buy gear with real money. You cannot buy chests with real money. Everything that you want to do to equip your character the way you want, you earn in-game. You're going to constantly earn coins in-game for grinding, playing, whatever it is, to be able to purchase those chests. You do not purchase chests with real money or gear with real money.
That's exactly what everyone wants to hear. Like, when you're going through it and you're like, this sounds great, this sounds great.
Where's the
Accurate.
hook?
But where's the hook? Where is the hook?
I don't know. I don't know. This is an amazing game.
Maybe there isn't a hook.
Well,
Maybe this is just
we
good.
could be hookless. We could be hookless.
Damn, what would we do? We're gonna be good to the people.
Well, we shouldn't go fishing without a hook.
Wow.
I had nothing else. That's the best I could do. That's really what it was.
Okay, so my bonus point.
Okay.
Right, bonus point number 8, even though it says 7 in the title.
7.
Is it true that you have been banned from breakdancing by the studio because you broke your leg?
Yes, that's 100% true. I'm no longer allowed to ever do that again. But if I get dumb enough, there's a good chance that I might end up doing it.
We might keep the cameras rolling.
Yeah! Let's see what we do.
There you go, guys. That is 7 things, plus a bonus one, that you needed to know about the gear system that is coming to Injustice 2. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We also have more Injustice stuff on the channel, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because it really does help us grow.